You ever just look at your life and say, I can't believe where I ended up today? I can't believe I just pressed record on that camera right in front of me, and we're dealing with this right now. I'm fed up, and we're going to jump into it. I can't believe it. Yeah, we're doing it. Hey guys, it's always a big good to each of y'all. I'm fed up. I was called a fearmonger for profit this week because I sit here at this table and spread fear and lies. I told Dad on the phone last night, I said, we're just going to jump in and just do it tomorrow. We're going to just jump in and just deal with it and head it off. I don't want to say just because you're a parent, I want you to respond. I do want to hear from parents today. I also want to hear from humans. We all have problems, but I think any ethical, moral, we all have problems. But anybody that tries to live right in our own definition should have an opinion on this as well. It ain't good. Ain't none of this good. I can't believe we're doing it, but we are. And I am going to have a challenge for you at the end. So buckle up. Here we go. This bunch of fun is brought to you by LAS Concealment Holsters, mag carriers, and more. Huge selection. My favorite is the Ronin 3.0. Now, when you place your order, tons of drop-down menus are there, and they let you dial in your setup just like you want it. Pick yours out today and get yours dialed in over at lasconcealment.com. Big thank you to those folks. You people, thank you for every thumbs up. I already said we all have problems. I get that. But there's some things that are egregious and you just can't let go, especially if I've just repeatedly been told that I'm fear-mongering, or that, and one of them this week said that I am creating diversity and creating division. Creating division that helps nobody. There's a lot of things we'll never know. There's a lot of things that the mainstream media won't touch, like where are the missing nuclear weapons? Yeah, that's an older one, but you know, just in the last couple decades, why was Larry Silverstein so very, very lucky, as he described it? Why was Duncan Lemp shot in his bed? Who murdered Seth Rich in the street at 4:20 in the morning? And that's never been touched. Nobody wants to touch that. Why were we locked in our homes for literally 2 years? Why was a federally sponsored drug force-fed to us and our children? Why did Sniffing Joe cancel the Keystone XL pipeline on day one? And I have researched that day one, and some say maybe it was the first thing he did or they did and he signed it, but it looks like definitely day one. Why did he cancel that, and why is gas now $6 or $7 a gallon if you're lucky and moving upwards? There's a lot of things people don't want to touch, and a lot of things that when I talk about it, and I called him Sniffing Joe for a year, never mentioned his actual name on here for I think a full year. And I started getting flack for it, and people telling me, hey, Johnny, you're just creating diversity that's helping nobody. As a dad, I'm not okay with the way that he treats children in public. And I mean this at least temporarily, at least I'll try, all kidding aside, all shtick aside, all, you know, and he and his public persona and his public actions have made my life very easy on Spicy Fridays and on the recently returned Gun Gossip. It's been a lot easier for me. But all kidding aside, I'm not okay with it. I challenge any parent of an 8 or 9-year-old daughter to answer me this question. Would you leave her alone in a room with him? And if you're saying that's a tough one, because I have people email me and send me messages and DMs and responses on Instagram, and they're just really punching me in the face verbally and saying that I'm creating a problem. Like, no, I'm not willing to sit back and not keep showing this clip right here over and over and over. I think it does a service to not let it go. Now, back when he was campaigning for the last monstrosity of a campaign that he was working on when he hid in the basement for a year, and literally for months didn't take a single question from the press, most popular president in U.S. history, they did go on the campaign trail a little bit and deal with this. And they've done it in multiple campaigns over the years, and they took to The View to let The View make their opinions on it. And Jill Biden on there said that she just loves, and her words were, she just loves how and admires how Sniffy connects with people. She said in 44 years of knowing him, she's never heard a single negative comment about how he touches people and sniffs children. I find that unbelievable. I reject that. 44 years and you've never heard that. You're either insulated or you maybe probably insulated in some way, certainly insulated from how he acts, but I think you're willfully part of this. And you've made a decision to be a part of it. Now, CNN even jumped into it. Of course they did. And they did this whole stickety, it's the best of Joe and all of his funny little gaffes and the funny things and how he acts funny in front of people. And they kind of mushed that all together and say, oh, it's just Joe being Joe. None of it's good. One of the things that I think about whenever people challenge me on this and I get ready to respond, I'm like, this is how he acts in public. How the leader of the free world acts in public when he knows the cameras are on. We can't just extrapolate and say, yeah, we'll guarantee he acts a different way when the cameras are off. But I do think it's fair to say we all act different when the cameras are off. This is what he does in public. We're not even touching Hunter. Not even touching that today. But we do have a documented long history of smelling and touching pubescent and prepubescent children. I'm not okay with that. If that's fear-mongering, bring it on. Say whatever you want to say. If it's for profit, I'll cash that check. That's not why I talk about it, though. I do think as a parent, we need to know this, and it needs to be talked about because ain't nobody else in the mainstream going to even remotely discuss it. All right, here's my challenge. I want one of y'all or all of y'all to sanely and rationally explain to me why he acts like that, and you better be sane and you better be rational. And we're not talking about Trump. So often I'll say this and just instantly, well, Trump did this. Trump said grab him by the you-know-whats. That's not who we're talking about. Sanely and rationally, stay on topic, leave me a comment, and explain it to me in a way that makes me as a dad, as a human, go, oh, okay, yeah, okay, I can see that. I'm not okay with any of it. All kidding aside, I think it needs to be talked about and needs to be known. And I think it is not the major thing in our day-to-day, but I do think this is worth at least discussing. Let me know what y'all think. I think it's ridiculous, and I think we have elected a pedophile.